Now let us discuss some main characters in the story. First of all, the Guru. The Guru was a very wise man who never succumbed to any temptation. He was quick to judge that his disciple and he were in the kingdom of fools. Knowing that the behavior of foolish people is unpredictable, he decided to leave the city immediately. He did not get tempted like his disciple did by the one Dudu price for everything in that kingdom. He also knew that a foolish person should be tackled wisely. He did not try to reason with the king regarding the innocence of his disciple. Instead, he flattered the king with false praise and obtained the freedom of both his disciple and the kingdom. He earns readers' appreciation for his intelligence and presence of mind. Now, the disciple. The disciple was a simple but greedy fellow. He followed his guru everywhere and listened to him. However, once he could not resist the temptation of good and cheap food available in the kingdom of fools, he did not pay heed to his guru's warning and stayed back. His greed almost cost him his life, but he quickly regained sense. He had faith in his guru's powers. That is why he first recalled him in his thoughts and then behaved according to the plan devised by him. This character also brings a smile to the reader by the manner in which he grows fat after eating bananas, rice, wheat, and ghee. Now comes the king. The king was a fool who owned a beautiful kingdom. He could go to any length in order to be different from others. His orders were foolish and his ideas stupid, turning day into night and ordering execution of those who disobeyed are examples of his silliness. The king had no idea about justice, assuring the thief's brother that justice would be done and terming the thief's death as murder indicate his lack of knowledge about justice. The king did not have any sound sense of judgment about people either. He could not see that the guru was flattering him to rescue his disciple. His gullible disposition led him to believe every word uttered by the guru and ended up getting executed by his own men. Next is the minister. The king's foolishness was rivaled only by his minister, who was equal partner in the foolish orders passed by the king. The king consulted him on different matters, but the minister could never give any sane advice. He would be as irrational as the king himself. It was the minister's idea to find a fat man who fitted the stake so that the order of execution could be put through. The killing of the minister does not rouse any sympathy, for he was a dumb character who was responsible for his own death.